Hello, I'm Andy and welcome to Vectra News, your fill of gaming news for the week of the 8th of March 2014. Coming up in this week's episode, WatchDogs is finally given a release date, Titanfall Preorders are cancelled in South Africa, Hideo Kojima wants Metal Gear Solid 5 on the PC, Disney lay off 700 jobs, and Golden Hereos are coming to Hearthstone. WatchDogs was meant to be released last November with the launch of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, however its release got pushed back until the spring of this year. Earlier in the week, Gary Steinman, Ubisoft's communication manager, updated the Ubi blog announcing a new date of the 27th of May. The final copy of the game could have apparently been released back in November last year, however the setback was apparently to give Ubisoft Montreal time to polish the game, which I've mentioned in the past isn't always a bad thing, especially if a game developer is releasing a new franchise. The last thing they want to happen is for the game to be a broken mess, just like the Battlefield 4 release. It also looks like WatchDogs will feature an 8-player free roaming online mode, however details of this are very sketchy at the moment, with just a single tweet from creative director Jonathan Morin confirming this. Once again, it looks like the PlayStation 4 version of the game will run at a full 1080p, with Xbox One trailing slightly behind at 960p. Both will apparently run at 30 FPS. Now, these figures are just rumours right now, although the small resolution difference probably won't make that much difference between the two versions of the game. WatchDogs will also be released for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PC, and the Wii U version will come sometime later. If you order the game for one of the Sony platforms, you'll get an extra hour of gameplay, which I'm not sure I'm okay with. This isn't the first time it's happened either. Not so long ago, Hideo Kojima announced Metal Gear Solid 5 would have different exclusive content for both the PlayStation and an Xbox respectively. Why can't people just give us the whole game? What's your views on this? Would an extra hour of gameplay sway you to buy a game on one platform over another? Let us know in the comments section. While the rest of the world is waiting for Titanfall to be released, in South Africa it's a slightly different story. This week EA in South Africa announced over Facebook that after conducting recent online tests of Titanfall, we found that performance rates in South Africa were not as high as we needed to guarantee a great experience, so we have decided not to release Titanfall in South Africa at this time. We understand this is a disappointment for our local fans, and will keep fans posted about any future plans regarding the release of Titanfall in South Africa. It seems that the top comment on Facebook at the time of recording was from a disgruntled fan saying, "Did you ask the hundreds of local players who took part in the beta without any problems, or simply make the decision on our behalf?" There were reports from several fans in South Africa saying the beta was very laggy, possibly due to the fact they didn't have any local servers. That tied in with the fact it's an online only game, people may not have had a very decent experience at all. We're interested to hear from anyone in South Africa that played the beta. How did the game play for you? Was it very laggy or was it perfectly acceptable? With this said, Respawn have said that anyone with a legitimate copy of Titanfall before the release date won't be banned from playing it if they play it early. However, the co-founder of Respawn, Vince Sapella, did say the service might be interrupted as servers are being prepared for the main release. I suppose you can't expect a full service on the game that hasn't been released yet. Titanfall comes out on the 11th of March for PC and Xbox One and the 25th of March for Xbox 360. Hideo Kojima has said this week that he wants Metal Gear Solid 5 to come out on the PC, as this was his original background. The only games to be ported over from the Metal Gear universe were the original Metal Gear Solid back in 2000, Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance in 2003, and Metal Gear Rising Revengeance earlier in the year. Neither Metal Gear Solid 3 or 4 were ported over, which is a bit of a shame as number 3 was definitely one of the better ones in my opinion. Kojima also revealed pre-order incentives. Players of the Phantom Pain will be able to unlock bonus staff in the mother base, which will be carried across to Ground Zeroes. Now, Kojima hasn't detailed on what these extra staffs will do and whether they'll actually make the game easier or not, which I hope won't actually happen. Some details about the iDroid app were also announced. iDroid will act as a second screen to showcase the world map to allow you to call in air support and play cassette collected viewing the leaderboards. It will also allow for a standalone game within which you can build a mother base. I hope you don't actually need to use this app to get the most out of Metal Gear Solid 5 and you can actually do everything in the game itself, because it would be really frustrating if loads of people buy the game and then can't do all these cool building things without having an app. At present, the prologue Ground Zeroes, The Phantom Pain, is due out on Xbox 360, One, PlayStation 3 and 4 on the 18th of March, with the iDroid app coming out on iOS, Android and Xbox Smart Glass. Disney are planning to lay off roughly a quarter of its interactive division, or the equivalent of 700 jobs, in an attempt to consolidate its online and video game business. This news comes soon after Disney reported a $1.8 billion profit in the last quarter of 2013. This is also after Disney Interactive ended its second consecutive profitable quarter since 2008 when it opened. This could be attributed to the successful Disney Infinity game, which is actually one of the few areas of the business that will receive more investment, looking to expand the characters from the Marvel and Star Wars universe. Now, this news comes just under a year after Disney shut down LucasArts and Junction Point Studios. It seems a shame that another company is laying off staff, and we wish the employees every bit of luck finding a new job. In a final piece of news today, Blizzard has announced that dedicated players will be able to get Golden Heroes in the next patch. Presently, all of the cards in the game have also got a gold copy, with the only difference being is the fact they have just an awesome animation. These Golden Heroes will unlock after 500 wins with any hero in ranks modes, and it will only be for that one character. Recently, Blizzard announced that they were adding 5 new card backings as well, however they didn't give any indication of a release date. Hearthstone's recently gone from closed beta to open beta, so anyone can now play it and you can get it on battle.net. However, I would just say it's probably an idea to lock up your wallet before you play it. That's all from Vectra News this week. Don't forget to like, favourite, subscribe and follow us on Twitter to keep up to date with everything on the network. And as always, we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.